Hello, all you clay people out there. This is Michelle Mead with the Nostalgic Ceramics Studio, and I'm going to do a quick video for you today on some clay bodies from Mammoth Clay Company. They are a new company. I have not worked with their clay before. I have not looked anything up on the website. I was given some clay by Alumina Silica or ALSI Ceramics in Denver, Colorado. They are selling this Mammoth clay, and they were generous enough to give me a bunch to work with, just to kind of explore and see what I think. So I figured I would go ahead and do a quick review for them of what I thought. Yes, they did give me the clay, but I'm giving an honest review here. So they did give me raku. They gave me 3 different raku bodies to work with, and then they gave me several different cone 6. So today's video is on the raku clay bodies. I've got 3 different kinds that I'm going to be throwing for you. This is a detailed video. I cut some open. We look at what the clay is like, how it throws. I go into some pretty grave details about what I think about the clay bodies themselves in terms of throwing them on the wheel. Some are definitely more geared for hand building, I think, or for larger wheel throwing pieces. But we'll talk about all of that in the video. So AI Ceramics, I keep doing that. ALSI Ceramics. Thank you for the clay, and yeah, we'll be in touch. So without further ado, let's throw some raku. Okay, so we are going to start with here, can you see that? OG raku cone 04. This is Mammoth Clay Company, and you can purchase that in Denver, Colorado at ALSI Ceramics. That's alumina, silica, what makes up clay, everything in pottery, glaze, all the stuff. So that's pretty clever. We're starting with 1.1 pounds is what I was given of Mammoth Clay Company cone 04 raku. OG raku. Okay, let's start. It kind of looks like, the color is a, pretty typical earthen color. It looks like it does have some grit to it. Again, I didn't look this up on the website, so I don't really know exactly the specific details, but if you're watching this and you're interested in trying this clay, you can look them up. Mammoth Clay Company, ALSI Alumina Silica, Denver, Colorado. All right, let's see how we can push this here. I don't want to lose any of it. Very gritty, incredibly gritty. Like more than just sand. It's definitely, I would guess, has a grog in it, which I think would be great for hand building maybe. I think that you could probably use this one for hand building. I'm not testing hand building today, but This is OG raku. Might be okay for hand building. I do test because I trim my pots. I do test the base thickness on all of them just to be sure, because I don't like trimming through my bases. All right, well, we'll push it to the brink. I mean, you can see at the top here, we're already pretty thin. We'll push it to the brink, and then I'll see if I can shape it. And we'll see how All right, I'll try one more pull here. I'm gonna slow the wheel down a little bit. Ooh. It's trying to fold on me. All right. didn't think that typically raku, you don't typically throw it super thin. Again, I'm new to raku, don't know the ins and outs of it yet. But I think because of thermal shock, you generally leave it a little thicker. I mean, it's getting pushed pretty well. Again, this one has quite a bit of grit to it. I would suspect more than just sand. I would suspect a pretty heavy grog. Let's see, we'll push it. Seems to be holding up all right. Yeah, look at that. Huh, all right. Oop, it wants to buckle a little there. Yeah, and we're buckled. So, but just to give an idea, here I need to find my wire tool. Just to give an idea of how thin that was before it buckled. Let's take a look at the, yeah, see, I mean, you know, gosh, can you see that? We are, again, I leave my bases thick because I trim, I think I got a ruler here somewhere. We got to, on this OG raku, we'll do inches. We are well, at the widest point, we are a little over, a tiny bit over 1/8, and where it buckled at 1/16 of an inch. So if that gives you any idea of how well that's gonna hold up for your throwing with the Mammoth OG. All right, now since we've done that and we know that it is going to hold up well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw myself a pot with it because I do want to fire this eventually. I'm gonna give this some shape. This one is 1.5 pounds. Mammoth Clay Company Cone 04 Smooth Raku. That's what we're doing next. It's a little bit different in color. Here, let's get this off of here. All right, so you can kind of see color difference here between the previous one, which is OG versus Smooth Raku. We got a little color difference. I have no idea what that ends up being after fired, but they're all basically, you know, they'll all be kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Buff colored, right? Buff clay colored. Let's see how this smooth does us on the wheel. Yeah, better. Yeah. All right. I'm liking the smooth so far. It's easy on the hands, like that. Feels nice. It's going into center well. We'll stretch its limits too. This one was a little bit bigger than the other one. This one I got, what, smooth raku was 1.8. So 1.5 pounds, basically, is what I got here in the smooth raku. Honestly, for wheel throwing, this would be what my go-to personally. It does feel like it's got some sand in it. It's not entirely free, I don't think. I think that probably raku clay, again, I don't know that much about raku as of right now, but I think that raku clay probably does have to have some sand or some grit in it just to hold up to the thermal shock, right? So I don't think that this isn't going to be like porcelain smooth, but it's definitely easy on the hands, so that's nice. All right, let's push its limits. Y'all, if I get a good pot here, I'm not gonna cut this one in half for you. If I don't get a good pot, I will cut it in half for you, but if I get a good pot, I'm not going to, because I do want to fire these. Just know that I am pushing the limits. Slowing my wheel down a little here for pull number 3. I'm not going to try and go porcelain thin on these. I'm working at a what, a 1/4 inch? No, maybe 1/8 of an inch, probably. I don't know, what do you say that is? We'll measure the rim when I'm done. The point is that I'm not going very thin. I'm not gonna go super thin like I would with porcelain. I'm gonna do one more pull just to even out some of these ridges we've got going on inside here. It's not really a pull per se as much as it is just getting those walls real even from top to bottom. I do know from my little experience with raku that you do not want uneven walls, because you will have a really hot spot and then a cooler spot, and that is not conducive to thermal shock. So you want to make those walls as even as you can, and that's something to think about too if you decide to trim your piece, which some potters do trim their raku. Some do not. I trim my pots. Trimming is one of my favorite things to do, so I do it. I think it is a nice finish to a pot. So that's pretty even. Our wall thickness for this pot is let's get some of this excess slip off. Take a look. You could probably go taller with this pot if you don't trim your foot. I leave about a ½ inch for trimming, so there's quite a bit of clay in the base of this pot. Let's look at this for wall size reference. We're a 1/4 inch. So there you have it, right? 1/4 inch. It's not quite a 1/4 inch here, hang on. Okay, if we want to get real technical, we're at 1, 2, 3, 3/16 to a 1/4 inch. In between, right in between, okay? All right, we're gonna shape this. I'm gonna do my typical shape, the shape that I have been trying to get with previous raku pots, which is a typical Native American kind of shape, which is really, really narrow at the base with a really wide shoulder. You know, and this clay is pretty plastic. It doesn't mind being stretched. Yeah. So, I mean, so far we're doing pretty good. I tend to like to push the pots to their brink, especially when I'm trying a new clay, so let's push it. All right, let's pull this in, see what it does with that. All right, well, Look at the shoulder on that pot. We're not flopping here. This is kind of a very exaggerated shoulder here. I know you can't see the base, but wow. Okay, this is the moment of, do we keep it or do we push it and see how far it'll let us go? Like, man, I mean, this is pretty good. So, let me shape it again and see how much I like the shape we've got here. I'm just gonna use my sponge a little bit on the inside here to kind of push that out so I don't stick my hand in there again. All right, well, listen, I'm going to leave this just because I want to show you how extreme this shoulder actually is. How plastic this clay is, how much I was able to stretch it even though it's not insanely groggy. Again, I'm certain that it does have sand in it. See if I can get this slip off without collapsing it. Nope. All right, so listen, we're gonna cut it in half. So you can see the thickness on the inside here. Maybe. Here we go, right? Again, thick base for trimming. I mean, this clay, it did exceptionally well, exceptionally well. I'm impressed. I'm going to go wedge it up, make myself a pot that is not so exaggerated. I mean, you know, the exaggeration is cool that the clay allows you to do that, but it's not always necessarily aesthetically pleasing, not exaggerated. So I will be back. All right, here we are back again with the smooth raku. I'm running out of time to film these, so I probably won't talk as much in the next one. And I probably won't cut it in half, and I probably won't push its limits because quite honestly, the next one appears to be pretty groggy too. And unless I want to hand build something, I'm probably going to be gravitating towards this clay right here, the smooth raku anyway. So I won't push the limits on that other grog one. I mean, we pushed the limits on the first grog one. It's not as plastic as this one, I can tell you that right now. If you're trying to get crazy shapes, this smooth one's very plastic. It's very, it holds up well. If you're a beginner thrower, this probably isn't the best choice. But if you've thrown some pots and you're pushing the limits on your shapes and your forms and your vessels, I mean, I don't think you can beat this. So, there's that. On the next one, I'm not going to cut it in half. I'm just gonna throw a pot for raku. See how it holds up in the firing. Probably won't talk very much. It's groggy. It's very similar to the first one, the OG. I'm assuming it's going to throw similar to it. Ah man, I left my wooden rib. Here, I got another one. If there's any major differences to it, I will point them out when I'm throwing. But I'm just gonna go fast now. Should we see if we can close it up more? See, there I am again. I'm always testing those limits. Look at that. Goodness. All right. All right, Mammoth Smooth Raku. Look at that shoulder. Wow. That's great. Last but not least, just 1 pound of white raku. It's very similar to the first one we threw, the OG. Okay, this one doesn't feel as groggy as the OG. Definitely has a lot of sand or something in it. Maybe it does have grog, just not as coarse. Yeah, maybe it's got a little bit of grog in it with some sand, but it's definitely not as coarse as the OG that I can tell. I didn't look this stuff up, so if I'm wrong, I apologize. Y'all can correct me later. But just from what I can tell here, it doesn't seem to be, it's almost like the OG would be ideal for hand building. This one, white raku may be great for beginner throwers, or even intermediate throwers that like a groggy clay body on the wheel. Or even advanced throwers that like a groggy clay body on the wheel. You know, like there's potters out there that are advanced that like to throw massive pieces, you know? I feel like those pots probably have quite a bit of sand or grog in them, so maybe it would be good for that. I mean, I don't know. I know for my work, I would probably gravitate towards the smooth raku. I mean, it was plastic, it was beautiful. Like you saw the shoulder on that, wow. It you know, it felt nice on the hands. It wasn't overly rough. Anyway, don't come after me. I don't know that much about raku. I don't know that much about raku clay bodies. I didn't look anything up on their website, so I don't really know what all is in all of these. If you want to know that, you'll have to look it up yourself. You can purchase this clay at ALSI Ceramics in Denver. You can look it up online there, or you can look it up online at Mammoth Clay Company. This literally was just me playing with some clay that I got at a venue from ALSI Aluminum Silica Ceramics in Denver, and I didn't look them up. I didn't necessarily pay attention to what was in the clay bodies. I just wanted to throw them, And I just kind of wanted to give a shout out to them and say, hey, you know, this is what I loved. And what I loved was the smooth raku. I mean, I couldn't believe the shoulder I got on that piece was amazing. So definitely be looking into that more in the future. I have more Cone 6 clay from them to test out, so there'll be other videos. So if you like this one, let me know. I'll make more if you want me to. If you don't want me to, I won't. Just let me know. All right, this was fun. Thank you. Lumina Silica AL SI Ceramics in Denver. Thank you for the clay and your time, and it was good to meet you. Catch you in the next video.